Russ Heltman, All Bearcats reporter, here joined by UC defensive line coach Walt Stewart. Walt, obviously, you got a different system last year in your first year at UC and a little bit more of a tweak system. It's not a complete change, I don't think, but the difficulty level of transitioning this group to a new system under Coach Satterfield.
It was a nice challenge. A lot more movement, a lot more playing up the football field. So just getting the guys used to, you know, playing fast and learning the new terminology. But they've done a good job of picking it up.
So the top lesson learned from you in year one as defensive line coach here compared to your other stops in your college coaching career?
I would say that the biggest lesson learned is depth. You can never have enough guys up front. Toward the end of last year, we had a couple injuries, and it changed the way that we operated a little bit up front. So just making sure that the guys are ready and putting guys in position to be successful is something that, kind of showed up at the end of the season last year, and we want to make sure that we are in position in case anything, crazy happens, that we're ready to roll.
Does that kind of the depth hitting the front four, the front three, does that kind of change everything the defense does when maybe a guy like Dontay goes down and you can't access his skills, you can't get to the point of attack as fast as he can? Does that kind of slow things down for the entire offense, or not the offense, defense?
Well, it just it's more so of just having guys ready. You got to be ready to play, and defensive line is hard. It's a tough job, and whether you've been doing it for a long time or whether you transition into the position, it takes a while to get ready to roll, and you want to be able to play as many guys as you can. So having guys ready is probably the biggest factor in developing these guys.
So does it get a little easier in terms of motivation when the young guys have examples like Jawan, like Dontay? They see the level of work they put in and then the results it's brought over the past couple of years. Is it easier to motivate guys when you can point to, hey, these guys have taken my coaching and look what they've been able to do with it?
Well, it definitely helps. It helps out a lot, and those guys do a great job of giving the young players, the keys to success and giving them the blueprint of the things that they've done. So, having that type of upperclassmen leadership and production is really awesome, and it keeps guys at ease knowing, like, okay, this is what I'm working towards, and they get to see it real time. So having those upperclassmen is really beneficial.
What's Dontay's growth been like just over the last 18 months? What's that been like? What's it been like to get a front row seat to that?
It's been unbelievable, man. It's been pretty remarkable to see him. I first got here in the spring and last spring, and him coming from scout team and just learning how to get out there to where he is now. It's been really awesome to see.
Was there a point last season where you're like, man, we got a special one on the inside here? We
got
definitely special talent.
Yeah, definitely. I would say training camp.
Okay.
He's flashed a lot in spring ball, but in training camp, there was a couple plays that he made out there. It had everybody kind of looking around like, how much this guy weigh again? and then that's when we knew, like, all right, we got a guy that got a chance to be really good.
What's your favorite drill to coach as Walt Stewart, UC defensive line coach?
Oh man, hitting the sled, baby. We hit the
Ryan,
sled.
You
every
be
day.
on it too, like this.
Well, every once in a while, I might get a couple reps. If I've been doing what I was supposed to do up until that point, I get out there and hit the heck out of it. But the sled that's where it all starts at, blow delivery. So every day we gonna put our hands on something.
I like it. Is that the most impactful drill in your eyes as well, or is there a different drill that maybe has more impact on it?
I feel like they all kind of work together. Okay. But I think foundationally, when developing guys, teaching them how to come off the ball and deliver a blow, I think that's pretty high on the list. So we make sure that we work on that every single day.
Awesome. Last one for Walt Stewart here. How does game planning for a D line, like your work with Coach Brown, how does that differ in terms of the more, I think, easier to understand game planning of an offense where you're calling plays, you got a script together, you got all this stuff, versus a defense where you guys have to react to what they're doing and adjust from that? How does that kind of process look?
Well, essentially what we do is we try to give the guys keys, depending on who the opponent is.
Okay.
We look for run pass tendencies. We talk about specific things to look for so that when plays happen, you're not completely caught off guard, right? So that you have an idea. So We kind of, we in our foxhole down there, defending our gaps. But, we look at it, a lot of the small things, stances, splits, backfield sets, to try to better.